When you wake up between 3 and 5 a.m., it is not by accident. There's something stirring deep within you and all around you. It's in those hours the world is quiet, distractions are few, and the veil between the natural and the divine feels thinner. If you find yourself awake in that sacred window, don't roll over and ignore it. Stand up inside yourself. It's a call, and you must answer. The first thing you must do is listen, not with your ears, but with your spirit. Silence the noise in your mind, the worries, the regrets, the endless lists. In that silence, you'll begin to hear the whispers that were drowned out during the noise of the day. Inspiration, clarity, conviction. Maybe it's a dream you've neglected. Maybe it's a burden you're meant to carry for someone else. Or maybe it's simply the still, small voice telling you you're made for more than the life you've been settling for. The second thing is to speak. In those early hours, your words have a different kind of power. Declare over your life what you want to see, not what you fear. Speak strength into your weakness. Speak abundance into your lack. Speak hope into your doubt. You are not just reacting to life, you are creating it with the words you choose. Let your breath become the brush that paints your future. The third thing is to move, not just physically, though even standing up and lifting your hands can shift the atmosphere, but move in your decisions. Write the vision down, pray, plan, take a step, even a small one, toward the person you know you're meant to become. Momentum is born in moments like these. While the rest of the world sleeps, you are waking up to destiny. It doesn't matter how tired you are. It doesn't matter how impossible it feels. In those hours, you are not operating by human strength alone. Something greater is carrying you. Waking up between 3 and 5 is not a disruption. It's an invitation. If you answer it, you won't just wake up for a moment. You'll wake up for a lifetime. Waking up between 3 and 5 a.m. is a spiritual call, not a coincidence. It's a moment to be embraced, not ignored. First, listen in silence to hear the deeper whispers of purpose, dreams, and direction that daily noise often drowns out. Second, speak life with intention. Declare strength, abundance, and hope over yourself and your future. Third, move into action by taking even small steps toward your higher purpose. Momentum begins in these quiet moments. Those early hours are not a disruption, but an invitation to awaken fully to your destiny and live with divine momentum. Would you also like a version of these points in a style that feels even more powerful or memorable? There's a stirring in the deep hours of the night, a movement not born of chance, but of purpose. When you find yourself awake between 3 and 5 a.m., it is not a random event. It's a summons. It's a call. Something greater than yourself is reaching out to you gently but urgently. These are the hours when the noise of the world fades away, when the constant chatter, the demands, the distractions of life go silent. And in that silence, something sacred begins to rise. Waking up between 3 and 5 a.m. is not a disruption to your sleep. It is an awakening of your spirit. It is a signal that there is work to be done, a whisper that you are being prepared for something higher, something deeper. In those early hours, the air itself feels different. The world is still. The veil between the seen and the unseen becomes thinner. You are standing at a doorway, invited to step through. It is easy to dismiss it, easy to turn over, bury your head beneath the covers, and sink back into sleep. But when you do that, you risk missing the very moments that could change everything. These moments are not ordinary. They are charged with destiny. They are soaked in opportunity. They are breathing invitations to rise, to hear, to respond. You wake up in those sacred hours, embrace the moment with reverence. Ask yourself, what is calling me right now? What dream, what vision, what purpose is seeking me out while the world sleeps? There are answers waiting for you in the quiet. There is clarity waiting to meet you there. Often it's in these moments that the ideas come, the revelations are given, the breakthroughs are born. Not in the chaos of the afternoon or the rush of the evening, but in the stillness of early morning. Your spirit is most alert in that window. Your soul is most sensitive. Your heart is most open. It is not a mistake that you are stirred awake. It is preparation. It is positioning. It is the Creator calling you higher, deeper, further. Not everyone receives the call, but if you do, it means you are meant to respond. So don't despise the waking. Don't view it as a disturbance. View it as a holy appointment. Take those moments seriously. Step into them fully. Sit in the stillness. Listen beyond what your ears can hear. Speak words that shape your future. Move with intention toward the dreams you've been entrusted with. Because waking up between 3 and 5 a.m. is not just about a time on a clock. It's about a time in your life. A time where something new is beginning. A time where something dormant inside you is trying to awaken. A time where heaven is trying to align with your destiny. And if you answer that call, if you dare to rise when the world sleeps, you will find yourself walking a path few dare to tread, a path marked by purpose, by power, and by a life fully alive. The first thing you must do when you wake between 3 and 5 a.m. is listen, not casually, but with the full attention of your soul. Listen in the silence. Listen beyond the noise of your thoughts, beyond the echoes of yesterday, beyond the distractions that cling to you. In the stillness of those sacred hours, there are whispers meant only for you. Whispers of purpose, whispers of calling, whispers that carry the direction your life is meant to take. It is in silence that clarity is born. The world around you, in its endless movement, often deafens your heart. Every day you are bombarded by voices. Voices of fear, voices of doubt, voices pulling you in 100 directions. But at 3 a.m., those voices sleep. The world's demands grow quiet, and if you are wise, you will lean into that quiet. You will sit with it, honor it, and allow your true voice to rise. This is not the time to force answers. It is not the time to scramble for solutions or stress over outcomes. It is the time to be still and know, to become aware, to tune the ears of your spirit to a frequency that cannot be heard in the noise of the day. Dreams long forgotten begin to stir. Ideas buried beneath layers of busyness begin to break the surface. Vision that was once clouded by the dust of the world becomes crystal clear. There is a wisdom that only silence can reveal. There are answers waiting for you that cannot be found through effort alone, but only through surrender. You must posture yourself not as someone demanding to be filled, but as someone willing to be emptied. Emptied of noise, emptied of fear, emptied of the unnecessary, so that you can be filled with what truly matters. In those quiet moments, pay attention to what rises up naturally when the distractions fall away. Is it a longing, a memory, a burning sense that there's more? These are not accidents. These are breadcrumbs left on your path, clues to the life you are meant to live. Write them down. Hold them close. They are precious gifts planted in the soil of your soul. Listening in silence is not passive. It is active. It is the deep work of opening your heart fully, without resistance, to what is trying to be spoken into your life. It is trusting that even if you don't hear anything immediately, the silence itself is doing a work inside of you, stretching you, preparing you, positioning you. Many people fear silence because it confronts them with the parts of themselves they would rather avoid. But if you can stay with it, if you can sit in that holy discomfort, you will discover treasures hidden in the quiet places. You will find yourself hearing with new ears, seeing with new eyes, moving forward with a strength that doesn't come from striving but from knowing. So when you wake up in those early hours, resist the urge to fill the space with noise. Don't reach for your phone. Don't turn on the lights. Sit in the darkness if you must. Let the silence speak. Let your spirit breathe. In that sacred listening, your next step, your next breakthrough, your next becoming is already unfolding. And the second thing you must do when you wake between 3 and 5 a.m. is speak, but not carelessly, not from a place of fear or uncertainty. You must speak life with intention. Your words are not simply sounds, they are seeds. Every word you speak has the power to shape your reality, to direct your future, and to command the atmosphere around you. In those sacred hours when the world is still and your spirit is open, your words carry even greater weight. Declare strength over yourself. No matter how weak you may feel, no matter what challenges you are facing, you must rise up in your spirit and speak power into your bones. Say, I am strong. I am resilient. I am equipped for everything ahead of me. Even if your voice trembles, even if you feel like you have nothing left, speak it. Strength is not always the absence of struggle. It is the choice to stand even when everything around you tells you to fall. Your words can summon that strength from places within you that you didn't even know existed. Declare abundance over your life. The world often teaches a language of lack of time, lack of resources, lack of opportunity. But you are not created to live from a place of scarcity. Speak abundance, speak provision, speak increase. Say, I have everything I need. Opportunities are drawn to me. My gifts are making room for me. When you declare abundance, you begin to shift your mind, your spirit, and even your circumstances into alignment with the life you are meant to live. What you consistently confess, you eventually possess. Declare hope over your future. It's easy to speak from a place of what you see, the difficulties, the delays, the disappointments. But speaking life means speaking beyond what your eyes can see and calling forth what is yet to come. Hope is the anchor for your soul. It keeps you steady when the winds of life try to blow you off course. Say, my future is bright, my story is not over. Greater things are ahead of me. When you speak hope, you create space for miracles. You open doors that fear tries to shut. In these early hours, your declarations are not just about making positive affirmations. They are about partnering your spirit with a higher calling on your life. They are about refusing to let negativity, fear, or defeat have the final word over you. You are speaking with the authority given to you. Authority to create, to build, to transform. Be intentional. Speak as if your words are painting the picture of the life you are stepping into, because they are. Speak to your dreams as if they are already living and breathing. Speak to your destiny as if it is already unfolding. Speak to your heart as if healing has already happened. This is not pretending. This is preparing. Preparing your heart, your mind, and your life for what you are believing for. Your words are the builders of your tomorrow. Every sentence is a brick, every declaration a beam, every confession a foundation. When you speak life with intention, you are not just echoing wishful thinking. You are aligning yourself with the greater vision for your existence. You are setting the course. You are calling forth strength, abundance, and hope. And these forces will answer. They will rise up to meet you, to carry you. Speak boldly, speak bravely, speak life. Where during the day, your soul has no idea what you do when you're sleeping in the middle of a desert. The third thing you must do when you wake between 3 and 5 a.m. is move into action. It's not enough to hear the whispers in the silence. It's not enough to speak life with bold declarations. You must move. Even if it's just a small step, even if it's just a slight shift forward, you must take action toward your higher purpose. Dreams without action remain fantasies. Visions without movement stay trapped in the unseen. Momentum, the very force that can change the course of your life, begins not in grand gestures, but in quiet, faithful movements made when no one else is watching. In these early hours, when the world sleeps and the air feels different, you are given a sacred opportunity to act before fear wakes up, before excuses crowd your mind, before distractions pull you away. It is in these quiet moments that the foundations are laid. Not when the crowds are cheering, not when the conditions are perfect, but when it's dark, when it's silent, when it's just you and your calling. Taking a step doesn't mean you have to change everything overnight. It could be as simple as writing down a new idea that came to you in the stillness. It could be spending 15 minutes working on a project that aligns with your purpose. It could be reaching out to someone who has been placed on your heart. Small steps are sacred steps. They carry power because they are fueled by obedience, not by the demand for instant results. Action builds confidence. Every move you make, however small, sends a message to your mind and your spirit: I am serious about my destiny. Each step makes the next one easier. Each decision to move, even when it feels insignificant, creates momentum. And once momentum begins, it has a way of carrying you further than you could ever imagine. The greatest victories are often born in the discipline of tiny, consistent actions. Do not despise the small beginnings. Every mighty oak was once a fragile seed. Every river began as a trickle. Every life of impact started with one simple yes to a small act of faith. Your small steps today are carving the path for the future you dream of walking tomorrow. They are unseen by most, but they are never unnoticed by the one who called you. Inaction, on the other hand, breeds doubt. The longer you hesitate, the louder your fears become. The more you wait for perfect conditions, the less likely you are to move at all. That is why movement is critical in these early hours. You move not because you have all the answers, but because you trust the one who gave you the vision. You move because something inside you knows that staying where you are is no longer an option. Move with humility, knowing that you are a work in progress. Move with courage, even if your hands tremble. Move with faith, believing that every step you take is leading you closer to the person you were created to be. Action in these quiet moments is not about striving or struggling. It's about aligning yourself with destiny, with calling, with purpose. So when you wake between 3 and 5 a.m., after you have listened in silence and spoken life into the atmosphere, take the next courageous step. Move, build, write, plan, pray, begin. In the quiet, your momentum is born, and in that momentum, your future is waiting. Those early hours are not a disruption. They are not an inconvenience to your comfort, nor an accident of restless sleep. They are an invitation, a sacred, personal call to awaken fully to your destiny. Between 3 and 5 a.m., when the world is still and the noise has faded into silence, you are being summoned to rise above the ordinary rhythms of life and step into something far greater than yourself. These moments are holy ground, a divine appointment set aside just for you. And when you wake at that time, it is easy to feel the weight of sleep still pulling at you, tempting you to roll over and slip back into unconsciousness. But if you listen closely, you will sense that it is not mere insomnia. It is not restlessness without cause. It is destiny knocking on the door of your soul. It is an opportunity to connect with the deepest parts of who you are and why you are here. This invitation is not given lightly. It's not handed out randomly. It comes to those who are being called into more purpose, more vision, more alignment with the path they were born to walk. It is a whisper from the eternal saying, there is more for you than what you have seen. Rise and receive it. And when you honor this invitation, you align yourself with divine momentum. This momentum isn't built by human strength alone. It isn't about forcing your way forward. Divine momentum is a current you step into, a movement already in progress that carries you further than your own striving ever could. It is powered by unseen hands by a force greater than your limitations, greater than your fears, greater than your doubts,